Hello everyone, welcome to sunny California. We are here for the Hollywood Walk of Fame 200 at Auto Club Speedway, and I am joined by Tony Trapasso for the second race of the iSNF season. Hello, Tony.
Welcome back, Jason. You missed a hell of a race at Daytona last week.
Yeah, I heard. Shame that I couldn't do that one. I wasn't with my PC, but sounded like it was good fun, and it brought up some interesting things in the point standings that we'll be seeing later. But before that, just before qualifying starts, we also have Ria Ferris, the league owner, here with us once again. So hello, Ria.
Oh, good evening, gents. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Any happier, I'd need to be twins.
sunny Southern California here in the Inland Empire region of, and we have 10-mile-an-hour winds coming straight out of Cajon Pass. If you're from that area or anything familiar with that area, you'll know exactly what I mean. Michael Iskandar is your hometown hero tonight from nearby Hesperia, which is actually right atop of Cajon Pass, just kind of a rock's throw up on the mountain there from this track. Beautiful 72 degrees today, sunny, clear skies, low humidity. You really can't ask for a better day of racing out here, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with the low water grain that's in the air. These guys are going to be making a ton of horsepower. The track's relatively cool for sunny Southern California. So I'm expecting some pretty decent action on track tonight.
Indeed. And I mean, as of right now, showing, I do believe Richard Poulter from across the pond is the fastest in practice as we get ready to go into qual. But I'll leave you guys on this note. We do have 100 laps tonight, and we're looking to make sure that the race is going to remain fair, clean, and fun. And with that said, Thomas Stanley up in the race control booth, once again forfeiting his cup ride to do race control tonight. And we definitely do appreciate Thomas doing that for us to ensure, really good racing in this Cup Series. So it should be a very quality broadcast for you guys. And, I expect us to have a pretty low caution count tonight. I would say if you threw out a number, I could do an over-under quick before I let you go.
No, I'm expecting a pretty decent race tonight. You guys seem to do well on the 2-mile non-plate tracks, so I'm expecting pretty clean running.
10-4. Well, I appreciate you guys putting on the broadcast tonight, and I hope it's just as much fun for you as it is for us and the fans out there watching. And don't forget to hit that like and share and subscribe buttons there on our YouTube, on your guys' YouTube. It definitely does help out not only SRM, ESBN, and but it also helps out our league as well. So thanks everything for you guys for everything, and see you later on.
Good luck,
thank
Ria.
you. Good luck.
Thank you.
But Jason, you mentioned some interesting points going on as Mike Smith immediately jumps to the top of the leaderboard as qualifying underway right now. Richard Poulter, fellow UK, it's an all UK front row right now in qualifying. But last week, it was the Brian Chu show for the most part.
Yeah, as I heard.
Because of that, yeah. I mean, he got the bonus point for taking pole position, bonus point for leading a lap, bonus point for leading the most laps, and bonus points for clean race. 20 bonus points put Brian Chu, even though he finished second in the race, put him into the top of the point standings.
Yeah, very good showing then, and it shows just how important those bonus points can be. Because if you, as you said, if you run a clean race and lead at least one lap, that's 10 bonus points already. So that's almost something that's worth focusing on, rather than maybe taking the lead and trying to keep it that way.
And right now, a guy that had connection issues last week, his computer actually took a dump on him, and it took him the better part of about 20 laps to get better half the race basically to get back into the event. Travis Browder in the 18, currently sitting atop the pile in the qualifying attempts with a 40.71. So Travis making a mark here that championship's going to go through him this year.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting one to see, because I remember he had a fantastic end to last season, if I remember correctly. So it's going to be a very interesting one to see what he can do. If he can keep that pole position, then he's going to be obviously in a good spot for this race.
Yeah, absolutely. As he was able to knock Richard Poulter off the top step in qualifying. Gavin Marlin currently sitting in third, as a couple names making their return to the league tonight. Tristan Evil actually making a return. He's subbing in the 10 car tonight. And I believe we were told that there was a sub in the 14 as well.
Just looking down for the 14.
As Marcus Hagman goes second quick in the 5. That changed to Hendrick Motorsports, really doing well for Hagman this season.
Yeah, see, we know how strong of a driver he is, so if he can get good results early on and just pretty much secure himself as the driver to beat this season, then it's going to be a tough one to get past him, because, as I said, we know how good he can be. We know how well he can race, and just how clean he is as well.
Absolutely. As qualifying comes to an end, that's going to set the grid. And I'm looking at how many cars we had showing up here tonight. 43 cars are going to take the green.
That is a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But cars starting to grid up now. What do you say we run down the starting grid here?
Yeah.
With starting up on the pole in the M&M's Toyota Camry, and that is going to be Travis Browder. He's going to be joined on the front row with the HendricksCars.com number 5 of Marcus Hagman. Row number 2 gives us Richard Poulter and Gavin Marlin, with row 3 going to Chad Waller and Tristan Ebel. Row 4 brings us Mike Smith and Damian Mulvey, with row 5 going to Austin Cook and Jalen Battle.
Row 6 we have Derek Cook and Skylar Carnes. Row 7 is going to be John Lewis Jr. on the left and Zach Phillips on the right. Row 8, Braden Black and Eugene Thorne. Row 9 is going to be Carl Rourke and Bob Wyckoff, with row 10 being Russell Bratka and Brenton Henderson.
Mike Eskingar, Casey Tomlinson are going to roll off in row 11, with row 12 going to Emily Urias and Johnny Castle. Jason Ricketts and Kobe Stuffin are going to roll off in row 13, with row 14 going to Steve Fishburne and Mark Flounders. Zach Taylor and Marshall Harris making up row 15.
Yep, so it's going to be JB Banner and Brian Chu in row 16. Ian Humphreys and Dave Holmberg, row 17. Pete Van Sprundle and Rhea Ferris, row 18. Ian Humphreys, not Ian Humphreys, where am I? Clarence Prince and Brian Treadwell, row 19. Dave Corshane on row 20, last car to set a lap, and Linus Brostrom's going to be beside him. And then behind those we've got Colin Zima, Joey Manis, and Tom Stanley, as we said, is race control, and Isaac Wilson is going to be the last car down as they just start moving out of the pit lane.
So 43 cars scheduled here tonight, 100 laps of scheduled distance, 65% fuel fill, so we're looking somewhere around lap 20 to 25-ish. And they've only got 3 sets of tires to get them through tonight, which 2 more sets than they gave them during the truck race yesterday. And I know those drivers were very unhappy at the end of that race because nobody could get that truck to turn. So But yeah, I'm expecting some pretty decent running here tonight from what I've seen during the practice sessions. The wind not affecting too many drivers too adversely, but the sun being out, it's still relatively cool track conditions at only 74-degree ambient or 72-degree ambient air temperature, only 2 degrees hotter for the
Oh.
track. And Travis Browder immediately having connection issues again. That's not a good way to start this race. As the field works its way out of turn number 4, Chevy Silverado, the official pace truck of iRacing, makes that hard left turn. The only thing that's left to say is wipe the visor, adjust the 5-point safety harness, and race fans, it's showtime! Browder and Hagman side by side as they haul it off into turn number 1. Gavin Marlin right there with his domesticated partner, Marcus Hagman. Hagman getting a good shove from Marlin as they head down the backstretch here at California Auto Club Speedway. Hagman going to get the clear. He's going to drop down in front of Travis Browder. Browder now has to deal with the 33 of Marlin on the high side. They're too wide behind them as well. That is and Browder's fading quickly. I think he realizes he's got connection issues. That outside lane already starting to pay dividends as Damian Mulvey in the 51 starting to make some headway. He's already up 2 spots from where he started. But looking deeper in the pack, Marshall Harris is on a rip right now in the 19, already up 12 spots from where he started, currently running in the number 18 spot.
Yeah, it looks like that high line is doing very well for people here so far today. And lots of drivers making their way up the field, actually. Kobe Sutphin is up 9 at the moment. Yeah, no, loads of drivers just making their way up.
Yeah, your current points leader, Brian Chu, currently sitting in the number 22 spot. He's up 9 from where he started. Linus Brostrom, Joey Manis, both up 16 from where they started. So a lot of headway being made right now as John Nettich Jr. sets the quick time of the race so far with a 40.81, currently sitting in the number 11 slot.
Gavin Marlin looking down low, but he's not close enough to Hagman to make anything work there.
I think he was just trying to get some clean air to the front end of that car.
Yeah, but he's making something work now.
That's the thing with these cars. Dirty air is a thing, and aero push is definitely very prevalent here tonight, as about 7 cars or so getting a single filed out as they fan out going through the corner. Hagman taking the low line now, trying to make something happen on Marlin. Marlin using that high line to his advantage and give the bonus point to Gavin Marlin for leading a lap as Hagman loses 3, possibly a 4th one if he can't get back up in line. That is, I believe that's the 51 on his outside right now. Yes, it is. That's Damian Mulvey on the high side trying to make something happen up there, as now he's got some friendly company behind him. He's got his teammate. Hagman has his teammate Jalen Battle right behind him. Both those guys driving for Hendrick Motorsports this season. So in some better equipment than they were last season. Battle for second, hot and heavy between the 10 of Tristan Evil and the 18 of Travis Browder.
Yeah, to me it doesn't seem like there's a certain line that'll work better at the moment. I don't know if I'm completely wrong there, but it just seems to me like if you have help.
You need help for drafting, but the other thing you need is Whoa!
Whoa! That was aggressive.
That was very aggressive. Another coat of paint, those guys would have been in trouble as Evil just immediately slams the door on Mulvey. Mulvey drops to the low side, and he's looking to bring Poulter with him. the UK Irish combination trying to make something happen. They're both not happy with Tristan Evil right now, as there's some funny chatter going on in the sim. But with the fresh tires, they still haven't worn the goodie off these tires yet. Give them another 7 or 8 laps. That second lane is really going to start to pay dividends.
Yeah, it's getting pretty heavy here now, down for 8th as well. It looks like they're nearly 3 wide. This is such a wide track that you can take...
They were for a moment there.
Yeah, this is such a wide track that it looks like you can take any sort of line. You can make it 3, you can probably even make it 4 at some points, and you might still be okay.
Well, this is the sister track to Michigan, and we've seen it time and time again. At Michigan, you can go 3 wide most of the race because there's so many different lines you can take through the corners and still be effective. It all depends on your personal setup and your driving style. But as of right now, with these guys having the fresher tires, they're able to use that low lane to, on the dirt side of things, we would call it the slider line, and where you dive in on somebody and then drift up in front of them and kind of chop their nose off on corner exit. But, and there it is. There's our first one. Looks like Dave Corshaines. Ooh. Yeah, definitely Dave Corshaines is part of it.
Ooh, yeah.
Looks like he got into it with the 99 of Urias. Oh!
Do I have a replay for this?
I hope you do, because that was a hell of a hit.
No, it doesn't look like I do.
Corshaines and Urias got into it coming off of turn number 4, and then the 78 of Dave Holmberg, absolutely nowhere to go, catches 2 race cars to the face.
Yikes.
And Corshaines definitely he's lucky he didn't go over. And unfortunately, that's probably going to be the end of the race for Urias, simply because there are no fast repairs here tonight.
Yeah, no, if there's no fast repairs, then good luck. I'm assuming there was massive damage to that car.
Yeah, the front of Holmberg's, Corshaines, and Urias' cars are gone.
Oof.
Urias also missing the rear panel, and it looks like Corshaines might be missing the rear panel as well, as we are already seeing some green flag pit stops from some of our lead lap cars. Browder in, Mulvey in, Nedich, Carnes, Waller, Hagman, Rourke, Iskandar, Cook, Supton, Phillips, Marshall Harris in.
Now tell me I'm not being crazy, but that's early for only having 2 extra sets tires.
Well, let's see
really
what's going on here. Looks like fuel only for most of them.
Yeah.
And Corshaines is back rolling. Completely missing the front of his car, but he's back rolling. Driving a pavement modified now. And everybody except Zach Phillips and Derek Cook, all electing fuel only. Looks like Skylar Carnes took 2 and Marshall Harris took 2. But yeah, for the most part, everybody fuel only. A couple guys getting some damage fixed. Casey Tomlinson and Clarence Prince both getting some damage fixes. Cars are back rolling. Gavin Marlin, your current race leader. Richard Poulter, Tristan Evil, Austin Cook, and Mike Smith rounding out your top 5. Jalen Battle stays out. Russell Bradka stays out. Mark Flounders. Zach Taylor, Linus Brostrom, rounding out your top 10s, all staying out. Brian Treadwell, Rhea Ferris, Jason Ricketts, all staying out. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going to go on here, especially if we get another long green flag run, as the lights do go out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck. If we get another long green flag run, the people that came down for fuel are going to be able to go a little bit longer. But the thing is, we haven't seen what the tire fall off is really going to look like yet.
Yeah, no, I've been. I was speaking to, well, someone else who was just done races here, and they had the same sort of tire situation as here, and they pretty much just went 33.66 on the pit stops. It looked like a decent amount of fall off towards the end of those. I think we'll probably be seeing lap 20 is maybe when you'll be able to really feel it. But
that's a good possibility. But the thing is, in that race, did they only have a 65% fuel fill?
that is
my
a
guess
good point.
would be no.
No,
My guess
not.
would be no. These guys are going to run out of fuel before they run out of tires.
Yeah.
As the pace truck peels on off, Gavin Marlin on the high line has the triggers. They get into the restart zone, green flag back in the air, and here comes Austin Cook. A couple of Fords at the front of this thing that could spell disaster for the rest of the field, as that's Jalen Battle up there as well on the high line, trying to get by Poulter. And Poulter going to be able to slot into third right there. And here comes the 10 of Tristan Evil, as that is an angry pack of werewolves behind them.
Yeah, this is a fairly crazy place to race. There are cars everywhere by the looks of things. And it just seems to all sort itself out in the end. And there's been some great racing so far.
Well, for the most part, yeah. As we got a 3-wide situation, that's Linus Brostrom on the low side, trying to make something happen. 62 is Zach Taylor, and I believe that is Poulter on the high side. There's the 15 of Mike Smith there as well. Those guys are still 3 wide back for the number 6 spot.
We're getting very close there between the 55 and the 62.
Absolutely. Brostrom going to slot up in front of the 22 of Mark Flounders. Flounders, I believe, another sub tonight, as looks like the 18 starting to make some headway back towards the front. But how about Brostrom already? Already up 31 spots from where he started, currently running in 9th, as Zach Taylor in the 62, up 22 spots from where he started.
Yeah, these guys are making massive headway, and Brostrom now going to try and get past Russell Bradker for another spot. And possibly even going to get on the inside of Zach Taylor here.
He's working on it.
Yeah, ooh, into the wall for the 17.
Yeah, Bradka got a little bit of that arrow push on corner exit, and that's the problem when you're trying to draft on somebody here at Auto Club. It doesn't have the banking as a pace like Talladega.
Was that, 62 as well?
That was the 62 getting into the safer barrier, going into 1. Taylor not having a good time of it, as he's got a little bit of a wow in that right rear quarter panel now, as there's a great shot on TV2 coming down that back straightaway, and you can just see all the cars fanned out as they go into turn 3.
Yeah, it feels like we're going to be seeing more of those wall hits, as we do, actually. I don't know who that was. It was a white car towards the middle of this pack. But they're running so high a lot of the time that I'm surprised we haven't seen more wall hits, actually.
I believe that was the Brian Treadwell got into it, as he's in a 3 wide situation now with the 9 and the 20. That's Cody Suffin and Jason Ricketts. Still 3 wide as they haul it off into turn number 3. And Ricketts just going to full send it mode on that low lane. Ricketts going to slide in behind him. Again, angry pack of wolves situation right now. As,
yeah, exactly. Looks like we've got a move trying to be happening for second place as well. Tristan Evil and Austin Cook are going at it. And right behind them as well, Battle and Poulter side by side.
Battle, Poulter, and Smith all slugging it out right there, as Cook able to figure it out, as they're giving Gavin Marlin all he can handle right now. Marlin in the clean air as the leader, able to put that car wherever he chooses to, and the guys behind him are going to have to take evasive action because of the, and we're under caution. Oh, Pete Van Sprundel's on his lid.
Oh! Yeah, I've definitely got to get this, this card loading issue sorted out for next week. Been trying everything I can.
Yeah, Pete Van Sprundel just, that looked ugly. Please tell me you had that.
Unfortunately, that is a negative.
Well, he was in a 3 wide situation with the 21 and the 53. Excuse me. The 21 of Ian Humphreys and the 53 of Stephen Fishburne. And Humphreys almost got into Fishburne, didn't realize Vince Brundle was as close as he was down low, catches him in the right rear quarter panel, turns him into the wall, and over he goes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, no, that is a big one, and to be honest, I'd be surprised to see Pete Van Sprundle back out on the track after that.
Yeah, especially considering that the engine hand grenaded as soon as he went headlong into the wall.
Yeah, that is the most unsurprising thing I've heard all day.
Yeah. So 19 laps in, we're about halfway through this fuel run, or a little over halfway, about maybe 2/3 through a.
Whoa!
And here we go.
Late decisions.
Wholesale pit stops. Question is, who's going to take what? As Marcus Hagman stays out, Cody Suffin, Skylar Carnes all staying out. Chad Waller stays out. Mike Iskandar stays out. Race off pit road. Wow. Like give it to Jalen Battle.
Yeah, I think pretty sure Gavin Marlin took all 4 tires at that point, and probably the only one.
He was the first one. Tristan Evil took 4.
Yeah.
Everybody else took fuel. So yeah, Marlin electing to take tires there. Something to make note of. Jason Ricketts did not pit and has not been down pit road yet.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I probably would have pitted in his situation, but
actually, I think he just missed his pit stall because it shows him coming down pit road, but not actually stopping.
Well, it's never ideal when you give yourself a drive-through penalty.
Yeah, no, that's never a good sign.
No, and while we are under this caution, I think it's a good time to have a look at the driver rating. I don't know if you went over this in the last race, but
they're giving them until the February 9th race.
yeah.
And the driver rating has to be above an 80 to continue in the Cup Series.
Yeah, it's an interesting...
Anybody that's not in an 80% driver rating will be relegated down to the Xfinity or the Truck Series. Anybody in one of those lower series that is above an 80 can be promoted into Cup at that time.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, which I guess is another measure to promote safe driving, because
safe driving and drivers that want to finish an event.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the biggest detriment to your driver rating will be if you rage quit a race and leave early, which is why you're seeing Ian Humphreys and Pete Van Sprundle are on pit road. Emily Urias and Dave Holmberg spent 9 minutes and 5 minutes respectively on pit road getting those cars repaired so that they can continue in this event.
Yeah, and we are now once again underway, 47 right on the back of that 20 car of Kobe Sutphin. Trying to give him the helping hand in front of Marcus Hagman, and they are both clear of Hagman, and it looks like Skylar Carnes is going to go for the lead here as well.
Your winner last week at Daytona.
Yep. Oh, massive one in the back.
Oh,
that's
my
huge.
Goodness.
It's still happening. Well, I definitely have a replay for that one. Oh.
Looks like that started with the 15 going 3 wide and got hooked by the 55.
Yeah. Hooked into the wall.
Oh!
9 was lucky to not go over. Check out the damage on
did.
that car. Yeah.
'19 catches a race car to the face. Ouch. That was a mess.
How I... I was trying to look for a nice angle there to go in cockpit.
Blimp. The blimp's going to give you the best picture of that one, sir.
Yeah.
Ooh. The 6 getting a piece of it. The 19 catches a race car to the face. Then everybody trying to take evasive action behind it.
Does the 9 land on top of the 6 and then they just sort of goes through each other? Yep. Ooh.
The 6 was the only thing that kept the 9 from completely going over.
See if I can find that 6 car to get on board with.
Austin Cook.
See this angle? Whoa!
Yeah. And Cook.
Oh, and then he gets hit again.
Subbing. Yeah, and Cook subbing tonight, so. Man, what a mess. So Johnny Castle involved, Jamie Mulvey involved, Mike Smith, Mark Flounders, Dave Corshane catching a piece of it. Colin Zimmer, Ian Humphreys, Pete Van Sprundle, all catching pieces of that. Austin Cook catching a piece. Looks like Johnny Castle may have been involved. Good grief. I believe there's damage on Eugene Thorne's 23. Yes, there is. There's a lot of damage
Yeah, I
on
think
that
it's
Toyota Camry. Looks
fair
like a
to say
bulldog.
that anyone in the bottom half has a solid chance
Yeah.
of having some damage after that one.
Well, if you look at the 23, got the nose on it like an English bulldog now.
When it gets round. Oh, yeah. That
I
is
figured I'd
not a
use an
happy one.
analogy. I figured I'd use an analogy that you could understand. Wow. Oh, there's our first. Thank God this is a simulator moment of the night.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully it's going to be our last.
So McMonster Jam, rooting for Gavin Marlin, asks, how many of those 43 are going to finish? At the rate they're going, about half. Would like to thank the people that are watching right now. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm share this video around more readily, and it really helps promote the league. It helps promote the channel. And if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications, because you're not going to want to miss a single moment of action as the new year is here and leagues are starting to ramp back into session. We have some good racing coming up this week as the green flag does come back out. Skylar Carnes has the button. Field back underway.
Good jump from the 00.
Absolutely. As here comes the 20 of Sutphin trying to work, or sorry, the 00 of Nedich Jr. trying to get around Sutphin right now. But
he's got Hackman on the inside now.
Yes, he does. He's got to be careful. We do have some good racing coming up, as tomorrow night we have the Maestros Arca League. That is an 8:05 Eastern Time start. And then Tuesday, if you like trucks and you like Kansas, we've got a double header for you.
Sounds good for fans of that particular combination, but in this combination that we're having right now, we've got a lovely battle for the lead between the 20 of Kobe Sutton and the 47s of Skylar Carnes.
It's Sutton on the high line, Carnes on the low side, yeah. Carnes, since Carnes has moved into the number 47, now granted he wasn't happy having to not drive a Toyota, but he did want the number 47, and the 47's in a Chevy pit. Since he's got that number 47 to his name this season, he's really started to turn it on.
Yeah, I just I think I saw someone nearly spin in the back, just as the shot changed.
Yeah, I kind of caught that as well. I didn't quite see whose name it was, because they almost had to take it down pit road, but were able to duck back in. As right now, Sutphin with some help on the high line. Carnes, absolutely no one helping him draft right now. Sutphin with the nose out front as they haul it off into turn number 3. They're 3 wide for second.
Yeah, just casually 3 wide, and they're not even a third of the way through the race.
Sure, why not?
But worked out pretty well for Chad Waller. He's got himself all the way up to 2nd place now.
Mike Eskandar having a great run in the 43 as well, as he's now working side by side with Nedich Jr. Good grief.
Yeah, Mike Iskandar being the hometown hero of this race from Hesperia, California.
Yeah, as Rhea Ferris mentioned to us in the pre-race, just up the road from this track, actually.
Yeah.
As Sutphin going to lead another lap here. Waller and Carnes still in lockstep for second place. And they're trying to make something happen for first, it looks like, as Waller going to have the high line and going to have the drafting help down the back straightaway here. Carnes absolutely, well, I'm not going to say no help, but very little help going with him right now. As we have some cars coming out of the pits as they're still fanning out, as the 18 of Travis Browder trying to make something happen. Your pole sitter is back in the top 5.
Yep, took him a little while because he did pit both times. Both just for fuel, so tyres are not going to be feeling too happy. But it's going to be interesting because that 00 did take tyres by the looks of things on lap 10.
He did.
Which is an interesting one, so they'll be slightly better than the guys around him. But Tristan Evil will definitely have the tyre advantage, as we can see coming down the inside for the lead. I believe that's 3 wide,
Yes,
nearly even 4.
Give the lap to Evil. Only 28 1/1000ths of a second. Good grief. You guys are picking him up and laying him down right now and just slugging it out at the front of this thing. As looks like Gavin Marlin trying to make some headway right now with Jalen Battle, as they are side by side hauling it off into turn number 3.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to now see what type of advantage Tristan Evil can get, because he's now out front with those fresher tyres. Gavin Marlin also having fresher tyres than the rest of the guys around him.
Yeah, absolutely. As Jalen Battle only took fuel when he came down pit road on lap 20. But Marlin trying to make something happen right now in the 33. We saw him have a good run last week until he got caught up in someone else's dumpster fire. But how about the 55 of Linus Brostrom? Does have a little bit of damage on the left side of that car. Currently up 30 spots from where he started, though. Yeah,
he's been doing well so far. I'm not sure he's going to be particularly happy, particularly liked, considering I believe he was near enough the cause of the last wreck, but he's still doing well for himself.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Is still slugging it out with the 43 of Iskandar. And in front of them, it looks like Battle and Marlin still in a slugfest for the number 7 spot. It's Marlin on the low side, Battle on the high side, as we've got lap cars that these guys are trying to work around. Is it's a little bit of a pucker moment as you go too wide and then you realize, oh crap, that's a lap car.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've
wow, Nedich and Browder almost getting into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've seen that 3 wide is very possible here. They've actually been making it work pretty well.
They have.
Whoa.
Spoke too soon.
That didn't work very well. Was that a lap car involved?
I'm going back to look.
Oh, yes it was. Oh, wow. That's a hit.
There was a 9 and a 38 getting into it.
So 9 hits the wall, comes back down, slams across the 38 of...
Chad Waller.
Chad Waller, yeah. Yeah, no, that's never what you want when you're trying to lap someone, but I have a feeling that we're going to be seeing a lot of pit stops here.
Yeah.
Tyres
I
for
would dare
pretty
say.
much everyone, probably not the 10 of Tristan Evil.
Everybody's going down pit road.
Yeah, no, but tyres-wise, probably not the 10 and the 33.
That would be the safe bet. But let's see what happens. Yep, the 10 taking fuel only.
Yep,
The 33 taking fuel only.
makes sense.
Everybody else taking 4.
And the 45 being the one car that stayed out. Oh, a couple more.
No, he's the only one that stayed out. The only one of the lead lap cars,
yeah.
anyway. So Tristan Evil winning the battle off pit road, taking fuel only. Skylar Carnes took fuel only. Gavin Marlin took fuel only.
Yeah, that's a lot more fuel only than I was expecting, actually.
Jalen Battle, Travis Browder, Linus Brostrom, John Nedich, Zach Taylor, JB Banner, Marcus Hagman all taking fuel. Cody Supfin in the 20, the first one to take 4. Brian Chu took 2. Mike Iskandar took 4. Casey Tomlinson took fuel only. Joey Manis took 4. Richard Poulter took 4. Marshall Harris, fuel only. Derek Cook took 4. Eugene Thorne, fuel only. Russell Bradka took 4. Rhea Ferris took 4. Steve Fishburne, Brian Henderson took 4 and did some repair. So for the most part, guys taking fuel only.
That is not
on the
what I was expecting.
Not at all what I was expecting either. As the lights are out on the pace truck.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing, keeping a close eye on the 20 and the 43 then to see how they make their way up.
Want to thank Just Slinging TV for joining us. Lily the Owl pulling for Skylar Carnes, currently sitting in the number 3 spot. So your boy's doing okay. Keeping it clean so far, having a good run. Already getting that bonus point for leading a lap, so definitely making some headway in the point standings here. As your current points leader, Brian Chu, currently sitting in 13th as the pace truck peels off. Field going into the restart zone, green flag in the air, and we are back underway. Evil getting a good jump on that high line as Prince not able to get going. Has a little bit of tire spin. Now Prince with the nose back out front as he's getting a good shove from the 47 as they haul it off into turn number 1. Evil trying to pinch him down. They're almost 3 wide.
Yep, I'm not going to be surprised if they do go 3 wide, and here it is.
Down the back straightaway for 2nd and for 5th.
Is that nearly 4 wide now with Linus Brostrom going straight through the middle?
5 wide. Good grief. And they're not done yet.
You know, this
I'm white knuckled and I'm not even out on track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, this series might have found me a new favorite oval.
Oh, that's good to hear. As Browder now gets back to the lead, your pole sitter back out in front. Can he lead his first lap of the night to get that second round of bonus points? Browder, Evil, Marlin, Taylor, Sutphin, Carnes, your top 6 right now. As Browder, with a good head of steam, still on the tires he started this piece with, only took fuel for the 3 times he's been down pit road. And we know if it comes to tire conservation, Travis Browder is one of the best in the field.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it time and time again in Season 2. He can keep those tires fresh for, it seems like, an eternity. So he's definitely one of the best at that, as we see Cody Sutphin and Gavin Marlin going out for 3rd place. Sutphin might be looking at 2nd here soon. Plays his cards right. Yeah.
Sutphin, though, with the freshest tires in the top 5 right now. As under that last caution, he did take 4 fresh shoes. So Sutphin able to use the tires to his advantage to work his way around the 10 of Evil, who only took fuel. Here comes Gavin Marlin, who took fuel only as well in that Ford Mustang, trying to make some headway right now, as it's Mustang on Mustang Prime, with Marlin and Evil running side by side for 3rd.
Looks like he's nearly able to slide up in front of him, but the 10 holding it out on that outside line. It's starting to work pretty well with the more worn tyres. But you can see the advantage that you get on the new tyres, so I'm going to say this with confidence now that they're going to be starting to pit very soon for new tyres when another caution comes out.
Well, now here's something to keep in mind. Sutphin on the fresh shoes, his last lap was a 41.56. Travis Browder, who's on the original tires he started the race on, his last lap was a 41.25. So, fresh air.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, it comes down to fresh air. As the 45 of Prince finally goes pit, these guys are still slugging it out for about 5th. Joey Manis making some headway in the 8 on the low side, up 37 spots from where he started tonight on fresh tires.
That is a brilliant run so far. I think I've said this multiple times when I've been broadcasting this, but you literally can't do much better than that.
No, you can't. Not without cheating. And Travis Browder is just flat checked out.
Yeah, that guy's got a, what, 2.2 second lead now?
Yeah, 2 1/4. They're 3 wide for 4th.
20.
Wow, what a move by Manis. Goes 3 wide for 3rd. Gets the 2 for off of Tristan Evil and Mike Iskandar. Moves up into the number 3 spot. Up 39 spots from where he started. Now sets his sights on the 20th Sutphin.
Yeah, he's trying to prove me wrong when I'm saying that you can't do much better. He's just going, watch this.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, exactly. You were talking about the sister track to this being Michigan, and I noticed that Joey Manis is from Kiko Harbor, Michigan. So
well, there you go then.
Maybe it's a half hometown advantage. Home track, sister track, whatever.
This is track advantage as Manis now sits in the number 2 spot. Sutphin trying to battle back though, as Chevy versus Toyota for 2nd. Woo! Big move out of Sutphin to try to cut the nose off of Manis and kill his momentum as they come up on the lap car. That is the 78 of Dave Holmberg here tonight.
Yeah, and this defending is exactly why Browder can make such an advantage, I feel.
They're actually starting to chip into that advantage ever so slightly. And now as they're side by side, Browder able to open the taps back up, and get some distance on him. It's Iskandar, the hometown hero, trying to make some headway as well, as he sees those two guys battling out in front of him, as he's now able to pull alongside of Manis as they haul it off into turn number 1.
Yeah, might as well join the fight. Can't get anywhere if you don't fight for it.
How's that saying goes? What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Sure, why not? Whoa. That's a wall.
Yeah, Cody
You don't wanna be
Sutton
there
eating
too
the wall
often.
coming off a 4. Yeah, no. Definitely a little bit of a wow in the right rear quarter panel of the number 20 now. That's going to hurt him in the aero package, as Iskandar up into the number 2 slot.
Yeah, and it looks like everything's just starting to calm down a little bit here.
Ever so slightly.
But I have a feeling the battle for second is not done yet. I don't think we're anywhere near to the end of this battle.
Far from it.
In fact, we might be halfway through it. We come into lap 51 of 100.
At the halfway mark, Travis Browder showing the way. Mike Iskandar, Joey Manis, Cody Sutphin, Tristan Evil rounding out your top 5. As look a little bit deeper, we got a battle heating up for 12th right now. It's Jalen Battle, Linus Brostrom, Skylar Carnes, Steve Fishburne, all throw a blanket over those guys, as Marcus Hagman just reeled off to the number 11 spot, as he's got his teammate Battle right behind him. Those two guys running in lockstep right now. Linus Brostrom trying to make some headway, as here comes Fishburne on Carnes just as the caution comes out. Looks like John Needich Jr.
Just saw Zachary Taylor. I saw the caution and immediately ducked into the pits. Oh, and he's hit the wall.
Yeah. That started with Dave Holmberg, though.
No, sorry, I was just watching Zachary Taylor in the pits.
Yeah, you're going to want to... Oh.
Fortunately, I don't know if I have...
Holmberg
replay.
hand
What is
grenaded it.
this?
Eesh. The 78 of Holmberg hand grenades an engine.
That's
Goes headlong into the turn 3 wall, bounces back. John Neddich Jr. catches a race car to the face.
I think, unfortunately, I don't have it, and I have completely different things, but other than that, Zachary Taylor's was a weird one, because he dove straight down into the pits after the caution came out. Then just hooked to left into the pit wall, drove into his pit box backwards, and then towed.
Interesting.
At least I think he towed. Yeah, no, he's not,
Oh, he was battling with Rhea Ferris. Banged the turn 4 wall. And then for some reason drove into the pits, locks them up. Blap. Hits the wall. Knocks the toe completely out of that car. And hits his pit box.
okay.
Right then.
I would try and give more commentary over that, but I'm just confused.
Yeah, color me perplexed as well.
Oh, well, guess we won't be seeing any more of the 62.
No, he's Taylor and Nettich have both decided to put it on the hauler. Is Travis Browder going to win the battle off pit road, fuel only?
Yep, and we've got Joey Manis leading us now, up 41 spots.
Manis and Evil both electing to stay out. Everybody else behind them took at least fuel. First fresh set of tires belonged to the 20 of Cody Supton.
Yep, so he's taken another set of tires. That's his lot, isn't it?
I think he's got one set left because he pitted twice for fuel.
Did he not have the freshest tires in the last green
You're
flag
right.
run?
You are correct, sir. He is on his last set of tires. You are correct.
So yeah, I think that's... I was questioning people not taking tires early enough. Now I think I might be questioning taking them a bit too early?
Well, taking that final set too early.
Yeah.
But lights are out on the Chevy Silverado pace truck, the official pace truck of iRacing. As Manis on the high line going to have the button when we go back to green. Again, Manis up 43 spots, and apparently nobody knows where they're supposed to be in this lineup. Holy cow. Like a traffic jam on the I-10.
They're going to work their way into position eventually.
Hopefully sooner rather than later, as the field's already in the 3-4 complex, as the pace truck getting ready to haul on off this track. As they come out of turn number 4, pace truck going to make that hard left turn onto pit road. There it goes, and here we go. Back into the restart zone for one more time. Manis has the button. Green flag comes back out, and we are back underway. Travis Browder giving Manis a good shove right now. And is it Manis or Maine? I've heard it pronounced both ways.
I think we cleared this up a while ago that it's Manis.
Okay.
And we've got Tristan Evil now in the lead. Browder just behind him, and there's an angry looking pack with a 4 wide there.
Good grief. And again, that's Linus Brostrom shooting up the middle. Trying to make something happen. Now goes to the low line for 4th.
I know I said you probably can do it, but I didn't mean that you should.
Yeah. Exactly. Is Travis Browder going to be able to wrestle the lead away with some help from Manis? Browder was out to a 2.5-second lead when the caution came out. Only took fuel this time. Clean air being the key, as we're still not done for 4th.
Yeah, no, Linus Brostrom seems to like being in the middle of 3 wide.
Again, I'm white-knuckled and I'm not even
sure why.
on track. Well, he's got fresh tires, so that's definitely going to help his cause as he's up 35 spots from where he started. Not winning any real friends here tonight, as he's been involved in a couple of incidences. And, Jalen Battle gets shoved down onto the apron.
Whoa, yeah. Luckily not losing it. Because it was just rejoin the track and try and make up the lost time. But look at that pack behind these front 3.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Wondering how much of what substance was involved in some of the decisions made as Iskandar eats the wall going into one. There's still 5 wide.
Yeah, no, I think there's a famous quote from Ayrton Senna that I think is applicable here.
I'm going to put my car here, and it's your decision whether or not we crash.
Yeah, I guess that's the second one. If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. They're going for every gap that exists. Whoa, that's close between the 17 and the 20.
Oh. This is wild. I mean, we're going to have 40 to go at the line. These guys are racing it like we've got 4 to go, not 40.
Yeah, I mean, if one guy does anything wrong.
Oh yeah, there goes half the field.
Yeah.
I dare say that this league is putting on some of the best racing I've ever seen at Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. This has been fantastic. It's tended to be my first time watching races at certain tracks doing this, and well, this one's given a good first impression.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Jalen Battle trying to make some headway right now, working the inside, now goes to the high line, looking to make it 3 wide, as that is your battle for 4th. As Harris has it, Marlin and Battle both want it. The good news for Battle is he's got his teammate JB Banner right behind him. Battle up to 4th.
Yeah, we know that he can make good moves and make them stick. Just proved it to us there once again. But this field is chaos, so anything can happen from here still.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, this is insane.
13 going to try and make it 3 wide?
Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, at most tracks that would be a
surprised?
no.
Would you be surprised at this point if he did? No.
Absolutely not.
A little bit further back, Colin Zimmer in the 44 having a decent run, as he's up 25 or 27 spots, currently sitting in the number 14 spot.
Yeah, I think that's a new name. It shows substitute driver, so...
Yeah, first time in the 44 tonight. And I believe we were told that, he's driven just about everything in the iSNF. It's just now... He's being scored as the 44, is actually driving the 14.
Interesting one.
So this is why we don't let tech officials drink before handing out transponders. Battle for the lead, though, as Jalen Battle... battle for second, as I don't know when we missed it, but Linus Brostrom has taken over the lead, now has a 2.5 seconds to the good over Jalen Battle, as Battle grabs the spot away from Browder.
Yeah, it seems like we got, well, this front 4 and then the rest of them at the moment. Then again, I can't really say the front 4. It's 1, then 2nd through 4th, then the rest of them.
Yeah,
I think Linus Brostrom's just decided to leave.
And that's what we were talking about earlier with Browder.
Yeah.
The clean air means everything right now.
Well, yeah, if you can stay away from battling and then just put in some decent laps in clean air, it looks like you can just solidly run away.
And the tire fall off isn't really that major, as we're about 13 laps into this tire run, and so far it's only right around a 1 second fall off. So all things considered, that's not a lot.
Yeah, no, definitely not. And it's... I don't know what I was going to say. Just have a look for some battles here.
Looks like the mid-pack right around 12th. As we got Poulter and Zimmer going at it.
Is where your main action is.
That's right,
Carl
the
Rourke
mid-pack.
and Gavin Marlin.
Yeah, absolutely. So here goes the 14 of Zimmer, trying to make something happen on the 52 of Poulter. And they're trying to go three-wide again. Sure.
Can you blame them? They want to have some fun. It seems a lot safer than other tracks to go three-wider.
Probably one of the safest tracks because of how wide this place is.
Yeah.
This place is also a real good time in an IndyCar. That's the 42 or 52 of Poulter going up into the wall, going into 3.
Yeah, that's not the most efficient route round. Wall riding doesn't seem to get you the quickest times.
Yes, Lily, that pun was unintentionally intentional. I just saw the comment from Lily the Owl when I mentioned Jalen Battle's name. As I said, unintentionally intentional.
Oh, yeah.
As Battle has now reeled in Brostrom.
Whoa!
This is about to get good.
3's off into the grass.
Good times.
No caution, which is nice. But yeah, Brostrom and Battle are now side by side.
Lead. Absolutely. Slugfest for the lead. Battle on the low side, Brostrom on the high side. New teams for both those drivers this season. Battle stays in the Chevy, but going to Hendrick, as here comes Brostrom in the Ford, trying to make something happen on the low side. 5/1000ths of a second at the stripe there for Brostrom. Something happened to Eugene Thorne.
Well, we will have a look at that one. Ooh, yeah, nice bit of 4 wide. 23 and 47? 57, 51.
51.
That's a pretty hard to read font.
You noticed that too, huh?
Came up directly into Gavin Marlin, and then also just moving up track back down into the 36.
Marlin absolutely nowhere to go. Could not avoid that.
So, what's the bets on the pit stops? Everyone in tires.
I'm thinking when we're going to be getting going green with about 30 to go, just inside the 30 to go mark. I would dare say we're probably going to see wholesale pit stops. And everybody who has it are going to take their final set of tires.
Here we go.
Looks like everybody.
Yep, there's one staying out, probably not lead lap.
Yeah, everybody on the lead lap is coming in.
Yeah, everyone. Oh, Jalen Battle missed his pit box by a little bit. That's not going to help.
Yeah, but there's still plenty of time to make it up on track.
No tyres. Jalen Battle doing a Lightning McQueen.
Alright then.
No tires, just gas.
Mark Flounder is electing to stay out. It's a name we haven't mentioned yet tonight. Driving the number 22 Ford Mustang.
Yeah, that's an interesting amount of drivers who didn't take tires.
Your top 6. Travis Browder, the first one to take his final set of tires. Skylar Carnes also taking tires. JB Banner and Joey Manis all taking their final sets of tires. But Brostrom Battle, Zach Phillips, Brian Chu, and Marcus Hagman all electing to take fuel only. And Gavin Marlin is not a happy camper right now.
Yeah, no, I would imagine, because there's absolutely nowhere for him to go.
Second week in a row that he got caught up in someone else's dumpster fire. As the lights go out on the pace truck.
Yeah, Gavin Marlin's a very quick driver, but I think it's fair to say he's got a long while ahead of him as well. So,
as far as the racing
experiences,
career,
I guess.
Yeah. But 3 minutes of repairs, because they decided to take it 4 wide and he had absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So Linus Brostrom going to have the button when we go back to green flag action as the field works its way down the back straightaway. Brostrom Battle, Chu, Phillips, Hagman, Browder, Carnes, Banner, Manis, and Tristan Evil rounding out your top 10. Linus Brostrom up 39 spots from where he started. Now the question is Browder going to have enough time to get through the traffic and get back into the lead? We're about to find out.
Top 6 have surely got to be hoping for a caution, say lap 85 or similar. Because otherwise, I think
that is if they haven't already taken all.
Yeah, I don't think they have from memory, but
Green.
Well, we're about to find out as the green flag comes back out. Jalen Battle getting a good jump on the outside lane. He's got Zach Phillips with him up there. And here comes Hagman on the low side. Hagman has Skylar Carnes with him as Battle and Brostrom still side by side for the lead of this piece as they're doing the Indy Snake down the back straightaway here at Auto Club.
Yep, here we go with Browder showing how the fresh tyres work. He's a bit boxed in, or was a bit boxed in coming into 3. Still sort of boxed to that high line.
Yeah, Browder trying to make something happen with the 13 of Zach Phillips.
Because really, he wants to get down low so he can push all the advantage he has.
Well, he's not going to be able to because here comes Skylar Carnes on the low lane, giving a good shove to the 5 of Hagman as they haul it off into turn number 3. They're still 3 and 4 wide.
Yeah, I don't expect any less anymore.
Here comes Carnes with a good head of steam on the fresh tires. Playing duck and peek right now with Jalen Battle. And that is an angry pack of Hornets behind them.
Yeah, I've got some great camera angles here tonight. And,
Good grief.
working really well to show off
Carnes on the
just how
fresh
this
tires.
race is going.
Carnes on the fresh tires making a bid for the lead as they haul it off side by side going into turn number 3. Battle on the high side cannot hang as Carnes gets the lead away, and we've seen it. Fresh tires will pay dividends as here comes the 18 to Travis Browder as well. Has some clean air in front of him. Can he make the move stick here as battle all over the back bumper of Carnes? Here comes Browder on the inside. Big move out of the 18. Drag race down the back straightaway with Carnes.
Yeah, Browder's finally made it to that low side, and it looks like it might pay off for him here. He's going to try and move it up past the 47. He's not going to be clear. Coming out 4. And at the line, just about Carnes. That time around.
Carnes 12 1,000ths of a second. And here comes JB Banner as well on the fresh rubber. Richard Poulter making his way as well. Fresh shoes paying dividends right now as your entire top 5 did take fresh tires on that last pit stop. Browder, Carnes, Banner, Poulter, Zimmer, all on fresh shoes.
Am I seeing that Sutphin took tires as well?
Sutphin did have a set of tires to take, yes.
I thought he'd already taken them. I thought we had that discussion, but clearly not.
Either that or he figured out how to get a 4th set of tires. He bought them out of one of the teams that retired.
Tirehack.exe.
Yeah, no, he bought them off of a team that already retired. As Carnes brushes the safer barrier going into 3, drops down to the low lane. Browder, though, shows the way. Carnes and Banner in a good battle right now as it's an angry pack of wolves behind them as Richard Poulter in the 52 doing everything he can to try to keep something behind him. Manis on a good run as well. 20 to go.
I hope it's like this on 10 to go. I bet it will be, because the action's never stopped.
Mike Iskandar making a big move on Manis right now as he's now up another spot. As that is a lap car, they are quickly approaching.
Yeah, Poulter and Sutphin side by side, so they're either going to have to sort this out before they get there, or risk going 3 wide with a lap car.
And we've seen how well that's worked tonight. Not.
Doesn't work well if they hit a wall, but it looks like they've dropped to the inside and got firmly out of the way.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to respect the lap cars that will do that. Just get the hell out of the way, and they don't want to be that guy. It's battled for the lead, hot and heavy, side by side with Browder and Carnes. Carnes going to drop back in behind Browder to get a pull down the front straightaway, trying to get some help from JB Banner right now as the 2 Chevys need to team up to get by that Toyota. Just as I say that, here comes something in the 20 on the low side looking to help his teammate.
Yeah, getting the team action up in front as well. So not complete chaos, got some organisation trying to happen. Kobe Sutphin not managing to make it up to try and help Travis Browder. Ooh, that's into the wall for 52 of Poulter.
JB Banner up into second right now as he got a good run off of 4. Is able to relegate Skylar Carnes back to the number 3 slot.
Going for the lead.
JB Banner with a good head of steam in the Ally number 48. Up 29 spots from where he started, working on the pole sitter right now.
A bit of battling.
Go ahead.
A bit of battling for 12th and 13th. We've actually got Rhea Ferris. We haven't talked about her, well, since the start of the race. She's made up 23 spots quietly to reach 12th, just alongside Linus Brostrom.
Driving the Body Armor Kobe Bryant tribute car tonight. And Russell Bradka has decided to put it on the hauler.
Oh, looks like we might be getting some more action up near the front as well.
Poulter and Cook slugging it out for 6 right now. We are 15 to go. Browder continues to show the way. Good head of steam for JB Banner going into 3. Makes up a little bit of ground. Here comes the 47 of Carnes trying to get a run on Banner for second right now. They are still side by side. Here comes Mike Iskandar to try to help Carnes on the low side. Just as I say that, he drops down trying to get the spot away as well. Throw a blanket over 2nd through 4th right now. 2nd through 5th.
Yeah, 1st isn't too far ahead either, so it's going to turn out to be a good one, but they've got to be careful, because we've seen how Travis Browder can just run away. If these guys are battling too much behind, then he may well just try and run away with it. And 14 to go, if there's no cautions afterwards, it could just work.
Now we are 13 to go. Browder, Carnes, Banner, Supton, Iskandar, your top 5. Here comes the 20 of Supton on the inside of the 48 of Banner. And you can really see the difference between the haves and have-nots as far as fresh tires.
Yeah, it's definitely coming into play right about now. And those
Absolutely.
who chose not to or didn't save any tyres for the end are
The
suffering
entirety of your top 10 all were able to put tires on under that last caution.
Looks like JB Banner is close enough that he could be making a move on Skylar Collins fairly soon.
Yeah, but they got to be careful with those lap cars that they're coming up on hot and heavy right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're Skylar Carnes, you got to be thinking big picture, because he came into tonight only 10 points out of first place. And right now, Brian Chu, who was your points leader coming into tonight, currently sits back in 19.
Yeah, so I think after this, Carnes would be the
Should be.
leader if it stays like this.
He definitely should be. You know, with a win last week at Daytona for the season opener, You got to be thinking big picture this early in the season.
Yeah.
Just because of how long this season is, could you push it? Yeah. Would it be worth it?
Nah.
Probably not so much. Not this early in the season.
Yeah,
So
no,
just think big picture, think good points night. Back-to-back podium finishes. That's not easy to do, especially with the talent that's in this league. As we are 10 to go, it's going to be 9 to go at the stripe. Browder with a decent lead right now.
yeah, I think it's going to be the type of thing for that 47 where you just sort of not... Well, you don't need to fight tooth and nail, necessarily, but
Right.
obviously you still want to have some fight in you. Looks like JB Banner would have had the run, but probably just chose not to use it.
I think JB Banner's trying to time his run so that
Yeah.
on the last lap he can get that slingshot going into 3. As we are 8 to go. Travis Browder continuing to show the way. Still a slugfest in the mid-pack, though, as they're 3 wide for 14.
Yeah, that they are. Linus Broistrom finding himself in the middle of a 3 wide situation once again. Might be worth asking whether he likes being in the middle of a 3 wide or whether it's just coincidence.
I'm not going to go there. Anyways.
Oh! That's contact. Joey Manis and the 34 of Johnny Castle getting into it.
They're trying to wreck.
Yeah, 34 was up on 2 wheels and they're not getting any further away from each other.
Here comes Steve Fishburne in the 53.
Like an absolute battle royale for 10th place coming into these final few laps.
Yeah, absolutely. And because everybody wants, you want to gather as many points as you can early in the season. So if you have issues later in the season, it's not quite as detrimental to your points battle.
Yeah.
We are going to be 5 to go this coming time across the stripe. Travis Browder continues to show the way, almost a full second to the good over Skylar Carnes and JB Banner.
Yeah, no, he's got a very commanding lead, and I'm pretty sure I said this about 10 laps ago that could happen. Seems like it has.
Clean air appears to be king here tonight at Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah, absolutely. That move about 15 laps ago was really key when Travis Browder just got in front of Skylar Carnes. And has just been able to pull away since then. So they're both on the fresh tyres. There was nothing, no difference between their tyre sets.
And they're running almost identical lap times as well.
Yeah, I mean, Browder doesn't need to be going any quicker than Carnes at the moment. And it's all pretty strung out in the top 5, actually. Top 6, even.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got a good amount of separation. I mean, your top 5 is pretty much going to be your top 5, as they're almost 3 seconds to the good over 6th place Derek Cook in the 4. Three to go this time across the stripe. for the M&M's Toyota Camry of Travis Browder. And sad to say that M&M's is doing away with their sponsorship of the Joe Gibbs Racing number 18 for this upcoming season. Sad to see them go, as those bright yellow cars have graced NASCAR since the mid-90s. So one of the longest running sponsorships in the series going away at after last season, is we are now popsicle sticks in the air, 2 to go. Travis Browder continuing to show the way.
I feel like that's got to be a solid run.
Oh, we're going into overtime. Steve Fishburne.
Can I have show replays?
Oh.
Just about saw someone flipping.
That was Steve Fishburne, got hooked by the number 10 of Tristan Evil. We're going into overtime.
Is live good? So it just wasn't showing the replay transition.
Alright then.
But yeah, this changes things. Oh, tried to show the replay transition just then. Bit late. Yeah, this changes things dramatically.
Big question,
No
does
longer
anybody
the,
have tires left?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It's no longer the simple win for Travis Browder, just try and run away. Now he's got to fight for it.
Well, they should be able to make it on fuel. The question is, does anybody have tires left? I don't know the answer to that right now. What we're about to find out as the field does catch the pace truck.
Yeah, if you have them, take them now. No point not taking them, really.
Well, let's see.
Do you want that track position desperately?
There's your answer. Battle,
That's all.
Brostrom, Hagman, Mannings, Evil, Chu, Tomlinson, Phillips, Rourke, Treadwell, all coming down pit.
I have a feeling that's a very similar group to the people who didn't take tyres in the last caution.
You are correct, sir.
Well, that does make sense.
Well, we're about to find out.
Yep, definitely taking tyres, most of these.
Brostrom took 4. Manis took 4. Battle took 4. Hagman took 4. Rourke took 4. So this is going to get fun, as Linus Brostrom going to be restarting in the number 14 spot. The question is he going to be able to get a good enough restart to make anything happen? Joey Manis going to be restarting in 15th. Can those guys make it to the podium in 2 laps?
Yeah, that initial restart's going to be key because... Wow, it's fair to say there's no time.
You are correct.
Believe I'm right in saying we only get 1 overtime try as well.
Correct.
So literally is now or never.
And here's the way this works for those of you unfamiliar with a green-white checker overtime scenario. Green flag's going to come out. The leader has to make it back around the track to cross the start-finish line to take the white flag before all hell breaks loose. If it's a cautionary situation that happens before the leader gets back to the start-finish line, we will finish under caution and the field will be frozen. So you got 2 laps to get it done. And the question is, how much carnage are we going to see?
Well, that is something time will tell, and only the drivers can decide that.
Well, with all the blocking and whatnot that's been going on all race long, I would be vastly surprised if we did finish under green.
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite insane for the 100 laps we have run.
Right.
So I think the last 2 are going to be pretty solid laps as they go racing-wise. And we are coming up to green now.
Green, green, green.
Final restart of the night. Browder getting a good jump on the low lane as they're stacking them up behind them. You can see the guys with the fresh tires trying to get to that outside lane to pass as Browder and Karn side by side going into turn number 1.
See, Brostrom in the back was in the middle of a 3-wide situation again. He's got low already. He's in 6th, making his way up.
They're 5 wide.
Yeah, why not? Turn it up on the last 2 laps, and Brostrom's coming now below Mike Iskandar. He's going to try and make it 3 wide, and does. Straight past JB Banner. Block thrown there by Kobe Sutphin. Their caution at the back.
We're under caution.
Yep, that is it. See what ended this race. Looks like... Ooh, someone... Oh, that's...
Johnny Castle? That's Johnny Castle on his lid.
Yeah. So, you know how you said earlier in the race the thank God it's a sim moment?
Yeah.
That one.
Oh.
And in all that, Skylar Carnes managed to sneak past Travis Browder.
He had the nose out front when the caution flew. So for the 2nd week in a row, Skylar Carnes is going to come home victorious here in the iSNF Cup Series. Holy cow.
Trying to find the replay of when it happened. There it is, you see Carnes on the outside, and that's when the caution was thrown.
Holy cow.
You see, he just about had the run. Little tap onto the door of Browder, actually. It was very close. Very, very close, I'm telling you. But then, yeah, congratulations are in order to Skylar Carnes for 2nd race win in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, didn't he do this in Season 2 as well? But it was his first 2 races with iSNF. I think I'm
you're
remembering
right.
that one correctly.
I think you are right.
That's a pretty good legacy to have.
Absolutely is definitely making a statement that he is here and he is one of the cars to beat As I'm still trying to find him, so bear with me here. There he is. If I'm going to put him there. Let's see. Mr. Browder, where are you?
Skylar Khan's currently getting his victory donuts done.
I see this.
I was about to say the AAA logo makes for a nice nice circle to do the victory donuts on. I think that would be a nice choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But while you're finding the drivers for the interviews, go ahead and put up the graphic for the results page.
I have them now, and we are actually going to reach out now to the driver of the number 47 for the second week in a row, coming home victorious here. And Skylar, I dare say that you're getting more and more comfortable in that Chevy as things go on.
Still hate it. I'm only going to say that every week. Still hate it. Freaking good God. That terrible luck tonight. Like, yeah, I won the race, but that was all the luck that wasn't there at the beginning of the race. I hit the wall. I followed the 62 into the wall, and then the 17 had nowhere to go, so I got hit by him. Just unfortunate. Had multiple damages. Got damaged by the 6 car during me earlier on. So I had well over almost 45, 46 seconds of damage I fixed. And we just didn't have the car. If we were out front in clean air, we just didn't have the car to keep it because we were just aero damaged to the point to where we couldn't get it. But
well, you were able to wrestle that lead away when it all counted on that green-white checker. Coming off of turn number 4, you had the nose out front when that caution flew.
Yeah, and that's where all that luck was. If that caution didn't fly, that 18 would have been leader 1-2, and I would have to be fending off for second place. But everything happened for a reason. I want to say hell of a battle to that 18 car. We were battling it a while, and then he just got that huge run, and then that green white checkered. We were just side by side the whole entire time, and it was something. And I just always loved racing Travis every week, week in, week out. I knew he was going to be fast here at Auto Club because any track that Kyle Busch is super fast at, you watch. Travis is super fast at those tracks too. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is kind of funny how that happens. But, Skylar, we were talking throughout the race of we were kind of surprised when guys would only take fuel. And, early on, were they waiting too long to take sets of tires? But I think your pit strategy absolutely played out to perfection here tonight.
Well, what Marcus and JV Banner and I were trying to do back there, we definitely knew 50 was going to be when we needed to take our first set. We had to stretch them out because we only had 3 tire sets total. So we shot it for 50, and then anything after 75, it was a gamble. Marcus waited to take his tires thinking that there was going to be another caution. JB and I took our tires thinking that there wasn't going to be one. There was one, but it was at the last minute. So I think we came out on top with that. We tried to take it a little bit easier, knowing that it's Auto Club. You got a long race here. It's 100 laps, and draft plays a big factor. So it's not like your normal short track or anything where position does matter. No, whenever it's full throttle nearly and everybody's runs are dependent on the guy in front of you, we just take it easy, try to survive until the end to be there when it mattered, and that's what we did tonight. I still can't believe I somehow won at this track, first time ever winning an Auto Club too.
Well, for what it's worth, you guys put all 4 cars in the top 7 here tonight. So, for the most part, whatever strategy you guys were planning on did work out. We do go to our first 1.5 miles of the season next week as we stay in the warm weather and go to Vegas. Your thoughts going into that place next week?
Now, I did a fixed not too long ago at Vegas, and it is sort of like a little super speedway. Draft is a big important factor here, and you're going to get runs. It's going to be a mile and a half super speedway, and it's going to be fun. You're going to have people out front until those tires come in. It all depends on who's going to be able to save the better half of tires there. So I definitely am ready for the first mile and a half. We'll see how we do out at Vegas. I'm just looking to get top tens at this point. I already got 2 wins. I'm trying to just get, consistent finishes here. Of course, I want to win every week in, week out, but now it's time to settle back a little bit, try to get as much points as we can, try to get some poles, try to get as many bonus points. Try to get that
Absolutely.
comfortable lead.
Well, Skylar, who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate?
I definitely want to thank everybody, friends, family of the 47 team out there. I want to definitely thank Travis Browder. One hell of a race, man. I'm sorry I stole it from you. I know it was your win. Also, definitely want to thank my friend Lauren, Savannah, all my buddies over in the SCP Foundation, my boys over in the No Toads Racing League. We're about to hit one up here soon, too. Definitely want to thank you guys, the admin crew, everybody who does a lot of work here for iSNF. You guys, especially for putting on the broadcast. Other than that, I think it's it.
Well, just a quick word to you from Lily the Owl. She was rooting for you all night long, and I guarantee you that she's a happy camper to see you coming home with the victory here tonight.
I definitely think Cryo is. Shout out to her as well, because she watched almost all of the whole Daytona 500. She'd pop in and out, and she normally isn't a fan of NASCAR, and all of a sudden, bam, now she actually enjoys watching it just because she knows somebody racing.
Well, there you go.
Slowly but surely, we're making more NASCAR fans.
Absolutely. Well, Skylar, congratulations on your second victory of the season. Hopefully we're talking to you again next week after Vegas.
Hopefully so. I'll be looking forward to it, gents.
So that was our winner, Mr. Skylar Carnes. And, I mean, Jason, you heard him say that it was not an easy win, and he had a hell of a time battling with Travis Browder.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Almost had it. It is what it is. I definitely had the car at the end. Definitely had it for sure in the long run. The Rad Energy Camry was good. We'll take second. The guys on fresher tires were coming on the last green white checker that we had. I took my last sets on last 71 on the fuel window, because you can go about 30 laps, I think. And happy for second place. It was a good points day. Very, very much better than I had in the 500, because I was having computer issues in the 500. That's what happened. My PC crashed in the 500 last week. But hey, we bounced back. We got second out of that. Good points day for us for Rad Energy in our car today.
Well, you started to make us nervous there towards that second to last restart when you started blinking just ever so slightly. Thinking, no, not again.
I know. Yeah, I was blinking a little bit there. Quite a bit in that race. Yeah, but no worries. Happy I got second. Jason?
Yeah, it was an interesting race for sure, and it just seemed like anything goes as far as lines and pit strategies and
a lot of strategies coming into play. And yeah, when you're the leader with these cars, on the restart, it's just like you're like a sitting duck. You just can't go nowhere for but you know what I mean? I was just trying to race harder there at the end, get everything we had, and congratulations to Skylar on the win, and my teammate Kobe got third out of that, so it was a good race for us today for sure. Kept it clean, tried to keep it clean at the end for sure though.
Yeah, it probably was quite unfortunate though, because I feel like first was on the cards, but all the luck came in all the wrong places. That win was coming for sure there
at the end if we would have went green.
Yeah.
I was ready to do my bow. I was ready for it.
But still a good race for second place, so congratulations on that one. And who do you have to thank before we let you go?
You guys in the booth, Ria for the league, all the drivers that race in this league. Everybody did a great job out there racing clean. Congratulations to Skylar on the win once again, and big thanks to Rad Energy for being on board on my car today. And it was a good day for us. It was a good points day. A big bounce back from Daytona last week.
Yeah, well,
thanks.
Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in Las Vegas next week.
Thanks, guys. You guys have a good week.
So that was second place, Travis Browder. And joining us now, Travis's teammate, subbing in the 20, Cody Suppin. Cody, putting it on the podium. Hell of a run here tonight, up 23 spots from where you started.
Oh, yeah. It was definitely a struggle qualifying. I'm not usually one that puts up like a huge time, so honestly not that surprised.
Well, you may not have gotten it figured out in qualifying, but you definitely had it figured out in the race. How important was clean air here tonight?
Clean air was everything, honestly. If you had clean air, you were pretty much the leader the entire way. We were up there early on, pretty much after the second caution, I think, and it was extremely tight in traffic. But when you had clean air, you can drive it however you wanted.
Well, we saw you have a little bit of problems towards the tail end of the race on that long green flag run. You had a little bit of damage you had to fix under that penultimate caution.
That was when my teammate Marshall sent it in on the low line, and I had to move up a little bit for him, and then I ended up hitting someone on my outside. I don't remember who it was. But yeah, that was pretty much all my damage for the race, outside of maybe hitting the wall once out of 4. But we got that all fixed up and ran it as hard as we could.
And that final set of tires timed them just right. You're able to take it as big of an advantage on them as you could, I see.
Tire strategy was immensely helpful. 55 was screaming at the end of that race, but we got lucky, all 3 of us, for that final caution. Otherwise, that would have been a different story for the ending there.
Yeah, absolutely. But we change gears a little bit and get off of the big tracks and finally go to our first cookie cutter of the season as we go to Sin City next week. Your thoughts going into Vegas?
I'm huge fan of Vegas. Used to run the NISs and all that, and got a few wins there, so I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, we can run it clean and just have a good race. That's all I'm looking for. Hopefully, we can get JGR up to top 4 positions. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out next week. But Kobe, who do you need to thank before we let you go celebrate?
Rhea for setting up the league and running this wonderful league. You guys up in the booth, we appreciate you guys every week. And Thomas Stanley for doing race control for us. And then JGR with Brian Chu, Travis Browder for all the pit strategies, and Marshall, my boy.
Yeah, not the night he was hoping for after getting caught up in that melee on the backstretch. It's lucky he didn't end up on his roof from what we saw.
I gotta go back and look at the race, to be honest. I can't wait to see the replay.
Well, Kobe, we'll see you next week in Vegas. Best of luck to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
So, Jason, we've got another one in the books.
Yeah, exactly. And well, I guess only you can say whether that was more exciting or less exciting than the 500, but very exciting either way.
Either way, that was definitely the most exciting race I have ever seen in real world or in the virtual world here at Auto Club Speedway. These guys and gals put on an amazing show all night long.
Yep, absolutely. I think there were honestly only a few laps when there weren't people side by side with each other. Even 3 wide every 5 or so laps, maybe even more than that.
3, 4, and 5 wide all night long. It was
exactly
insane.
And it just shows what these groups of drivers can produce, and hoping for something similar coming into Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. Vegas usually leads to some pretty good action. As we heard Skylar and Skylar mentioned that it's one of his favorite tracks. So expect to see the 47 doing pretty decent there next week. I know Travis Browder usually does pretty well at the 1.5 mile tri-ovals. So it's going to be fun to watch next week. You're not going to want to miss it, folks. So if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, because we've got some racing coming up this week. Again, we've got the Maestros ARCA series tomorrow night. It's an 8:05 Eastern time start with that one, and then Tuesday we've got a doubleheader truck race at 8, and then another. Truck race starting at 9 from Kansas. For the life of me, I cannot remember the league. And then let me pull this up so I make sure I get this right. Bear with me, folks. It is. Work with me. Yeah, tomorrow night. Maestros, and then Western States at 10:05. And then why am I not seeing it? Why am I not seeing it? Okay. I give up. There's 2 truck races on Tuesday. And then Wednesday night, be sure to join us for Wacky Wednesday, where it's car and track combinations that have absolutely no business being together. But
that sounds like a good one.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a fun one. Be sure to join us as a driver, Jason.
I'll see if it works as a time.
Well, it'll be a 6:30 Eastern time U.S. start, so right around this time. So it's 4 different races. So again, 6:30 Eastern time start on Wednesday for that one. But let's give a quick rundown of the finishing order for the folks. What do you say?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Skylar Carnes winning the race and Travis Browder coming in second. They were very close at the end with the caution. Kobe Sutphin in third with Linus Broström in fourth. Got quite unlucky with that late caution because he had the fresh tyres on the guys ahead of him. JB Banner in fifth and Michael Iskandar in sixth. Jalen Battle in seventh with Zach Phillips coming through in eighth. Colin Zima coming through in ninth. And Richard Poulter in 10th.
Derek Cook coming home in 11th. Rhea Ferris hanging on for 12th. Casey Tomlinson in 13th. 14 goes to Joey Manis. Bob Wyckoff rounding out your top 15. Chad Waller, Brendan Henderson, and Brian Chu in 18th. 19th going to Marcus Hagman. Brian Treadwell in 20th, your last car on the lead lap.
And then we've got Mark Flounders in 21st with Johnny Castle 22nd. Carl Rourke finished in 23rd with Eugene Thorne 24th. Stephen Fishburne finished in 25th with Clarence Prince in 26th. Dave Corshane finished in 27th with Tristan Evil in 28th. We saw him up in the top quite a lot. Marshall Harris in 29th and Gavin Marlin finishing down in 30th position.
Damien Mulvey in 31st. Jason Ricketts 32nd. 33rd going to Pete Van Sprundle. Mike Smith in 34th. Russell Bradka rounding out your top 35. John Nedich Jr. in 36th. 37th going to Austin Cook. Zach Taylor in 38th. Dave Holmberg and Ian Humphreys rounding out your top 40.
And then Emily Urias in 41st. Braden Black 42nd. And Isaac Wilson would be 43rd. He didn't start the race, but Thomas Stanley was race control. So yeah,
that is another one in the books. And be sure to join us next week for round number 3 of the iSNF Cup Series Season 3. Be a normal start time of 5:30 Eastern Time. And no is the answer to that question. But excuse me, for Jason Salford, this is Tony Trapasso, reminding you folks that as you walk down the road of life, please don't